Turning over.
I'm out in the pottery where I've discovered John. I think this is the first time that John has been working on our wheels. I'm going to ask him just to say a wee bit about himself and tell us where he's come from.
Well, a long way away. I've come from Adelaide in Australia. I've come over with my children following my wife's career, who's a doctor, and very kindly and luckily you've let me use the facilities here to make some pottery. As I say, yeah, this is my first day here and we're still feeling my way around.
Fabulous to have you here. Tell us a wee bit about what you've done before you came here.
Oh, I've been involved with making pottery since I was a teenager, and I've lectured. I've got a couple of degrees. I did a master's in Stoke some years ago, and a degree in Australia, and I've worked as a potter for 25 years or more now. At a lot of different things, you know. I've lectured at university level and at technical and further education level, and even I've had classes for little 5-year-olds and such, so right the way through.
My goodness. And you've settled now in Helensburgh?
Yes, we'll be there for 12 months, and it's a great town actually, very friendly. Yeah.
You're going to come and be part of the things that we do here?
Oh yes. No, I'm finding somewhere where I can work's been a real boon for me. I had struggled to find anywhere appropriate for a couple of months, but I'm looking forward to it really. Yeah.
And being from Adelaide, how are you taking with our rain and our cold?
Yeah, the midsummer here seems to be much like our midwinter, I'm afraid. I'm getting used to it. I find with the central heating it's not too bad.
Grand. Well, will you show us what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm making some cups, and you'll see that I have a lump of clay spinning on the wheel here, and it's not centred. And what I'm doing here is you start off with a large lump of clay, and it's called throwing off the hump. And what that means is that I'm going to just raise a bit of clay up towards the top, and then I'm just going to centre the bit of clay that's on the top, and that's what I'm going to make the cup out of. So you can see the clay. I've made a little ball of clay on the top that's spinning truly, and then I'm going into it with my fingers to open it up, draw the sides up a little, open the clay out a little bit. Finish the rim off with a little bit of plastic that sort of smooths the rim. Make a little notch in the bottom, and then I've got like a cutting wire here, which is a textured piece of fishing line, and run that through there and lift it off.
Magic! In the background you may hear the wind. It's the flags that are waving. We'll need to get an Australian flag now that you're here.
I should hope so, yes. Especially after we win the World Cup in the rugby.
Tell me, why is it that you're doing this off-centre?
Well, it's really just an oriental technique of where you don't have to make 50 little balls of clay. You just have one big lump and you just concentrate on the bit at the top. You can just go again and start with the next one, and it's like you're picking flowers off the top.
How do you make them all look so similar?
Well, practice, I'm afraid. I do use some calipers sometimes, little wire calipers to help me, and I'll measure them with my finger, and so use the size of my finger perhaps to help me. And also you just get a feel for the volume of clay that's in your hands. That's probably the most important thing, of having the right volume of clay to start with.
So a 40-piece tea set, how long would that take to produce?
40 cups and 40 saucers.
No, I was meaning more like a service for 8 people with plates and saucers and cups and all the rest of it. Is that?
I could probably throw all the pieces in one day, but it would take me another day or day and a half to finish them off. And then they'd have to be glazed and decorated as well. So you might be looking at a whole week for something like that.
And these look very grey. As they dry, that'll change, won't it?
It will become a bit paler. The clay itself has some iron oxide in it, which will mean that once it's fired, it'll be a kind of a buff colour. Once it's fired, it'll become much paler.
And will you decorate them, or what will you do?
With these, I think I'll rely on the colour and texture in the glaze more so they'll just have one glaze on them, but there'll be some movement in the glaze that livens them up a bit.
Right. Well, it's absolutely super to have you here, and so that everyone knows you. They just call you John when they see you, and you'll realise that folk will know you who you won't know because they'll have seen you on LUSS TV, and you'll need to watch it yourself. Tuesday night, 7 o'clock, through our website.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.